Aging gracefully is a term that is often used but rarely understood in its full essence. For many people, it conjures up images of smiling elderly individuals with silver hair and warm eyes living a peaceful life. But aging gracefully is far more complex than the surface-level perception. It's not just about how we look, as it's also about how we live, think, adapt, and find meaning as we take each step forward in life. The concept of aging gracefully extends beyond the mirror. It's about embracing each stage of life, recognizing the value in experience, and continuing to pursue growth and fulfillment regardless of the number of candles on our birthday cake. Truly aging gracefully requires mental and emotional resilience, adaptability, positivity, and a sense of purpose. It's about how we harness the power of our life experiences to influence our present and future, and to leave an impact that goes beyond ourselves. One of the first principles of aging gracefully is the acceptance of change. As life moves forward, our bodies change, our roles in life may transform, and the world around us evolves. Acceptance is not resignation, it's a recognition that change is part of growth. Those who refuse to adapt often struggle with depression and anxiety in old age, but those who gracefully accept and adjust to these changes find themselves more satisfied and fulfilled. In the early years, people chase ambition, family, dreams, and desires. Aging gracefully means that we transition from relentless pursuit to mindful presence. It doesn't mean giving up our goals but refining them to align with our wisdom and experience. Emotional health plays a crucial role in aging gracefully. Learning to let go of grudges, forgiving ourselves and others, and cultivating peace of mind are traits that come with emotional maturity. With age comes the opportunity to prioritize what truly matters. Relationships become more significant than titles, health more valuable than wealth, and time more precious than possessions. Physical health is an essential part of graceful aging. It's not about having a perfect body but maintaining a lifestyle that supports energy, mobility, and strength. A balanced diet, regular exercise, quality sleep, and stress management form the foundation of physical well-being. Staying active not only benefits the body but also enhances mental clarity and emotional stability. Cognitive engagement is another key element. Reading, learning new skills, engaging in creative hobbies, or even taking on part-time work can help the mind remain sharp. Social engagement is just as important. Isolation is a silent killer among older adults. Maintaining friendships, staying connected with family, and involving oneself in community activities create a sense of belonging and purpose. This sense of identity often shifts as we age. From being a professional or a caregiver, one may transition to being a mentor or a storyteller. Sharing wisdom, guiding younger generations, and finding new avenues of influence can renew purpose and joy. Spirituality or a sense of deeper connection also grows in importance. For some, it is religious faith. For others it is a connection with nature or the universe. This spiritual dimension offers peace and comfort, especially during times of loss, change, or reflection. One of the most graceful traits that emerge with aging is gratitude. Appreciating the small things, a warm meal, a familiar smile, a blooming flower, can enhance joy. Those who practice gratitude tend to have better mental and physical health. Aging gracefully also involves planning and preparation. Financial security, healthcare arrangements, and end-of-life decisions are not pleasant to consider, but addressing them in advance provides peace of mind. It gives a person autonomy and allows them to age with dignity. The legacy we leave behind is also part of graceful aging. It could be the lessons we've taught, the kindness we've shown, the stories we've told, or the lives we've touched. A graceful life is one that is lived with intention and reflection. It's marked not by fame or fortune but by the relationships nurtured, the values upheld, and the authenticity embraced. Humor, too, is a vital companion in the aging journey. Those who can laugh at themselves, who find joy in everyday quirks, tend to navigate the later stages of life with lightness. Aging is not a decline, it is an evolution. It is an opportunity to rediscover, redefine, and rekindle the spark that makes us unique. It's about shifting from doing to being. The pressure to prove fades, and what remains is a deeper sense of self. Aging gracefully is not without challenges. Loss, illness, regrets, these visit everyone eventually. But resilience, hope, and a willingness to grow can turn those moments into steps toward deeper wisdom. The physical signs of aging, wrinkles, gray hair, slower pace, are natural, not shameful. They tell stories of survival, lessons learned, and years lived. Each line on the face can be a testament to laughter shared, tears shed, and moments embraced. Technology and modern medicine have changed how we age. We are living longer and healthier lives than any generation before. Yet the true quality of aging is determined not by technology but by attitude. Those who view aging as a curse often live burdened lives. Those who see it as a gift continue to flourish, finding beauty in each phase. Cultural attitudes toward aging vary. In some societies, elders are revered, sought for their wisdom. In others, aging is stigmatized, hidden, or treated as decline. Changing this narrative is crucial for collective well-being. Media, families, and educational systems can all play a role in normalizing and honoring the aging process. Intergenerational bonds help too. When the young and old share experiences, both benefit. The young learn from the stories of the old, and the elders find renewed relevance and connection. There is also a kind of freedom that comes with aging, freedom from external expectations, from rigid identities, from unnecessary social pressures. It allows us to live more authentically. Creativity often flourishes in later life. Whether through writing, painting, gardening, or storytelling, self-expression becomes richer with age. It becomes less about impressing and more about expressing. Reflection is a powerful tool. Taking time to look back not in regret but in recognition of growth brings a sense of closure and completeness. Aging gracefully means owning your story, all the highs and lows, the choices made, the dreams followed and abandoned. It means understanding that value doesn't fade with age. If anything, it deepens. Wisdom, presence, and authenticity are hallmarks of a life well lived. So many people fear aging because they associate it with irrelevance or invisibility. But aging gracefully shows that relevance is not tied to age, it's tied to purpose, attitude, and action. Elders can be powerful contributors to families, communities, and societies if they are valued and supported. That begins with changing the way we view and speak about aging. It's not about denying age, it's about celebrating it. Wrinkles are not flaws, they are signatures of time. Slower steps are not weakness, they are signs of experience. White hair is not loss, it is the crowning of a journey. A truly graceful aging process includes love, self-love, love for others, and allowing oneself to receive love in return. Emotional openness often increases with age, enabling deeper and more meaningful relationships. We begin to forgive more, to hold on less, and to live in the now. Simplicity becomes beautiful. Quiet moments become rich. The pace of life slows, allowing for greater appreciation. Aging gracefully is a journey, not a destination. It is not a set standard or a perfect path. It's unique to each person. What matters is that we walk this path with courage, with curiosity, and with compassion, for ourselves and others. As we continue to explore what it means to age gracefully, it becomes clear that the journey is deeply personal. Each person brings their unique set of experiences, values, and desires to the aging process. What works for one individual may not resonate with another, and that's what makes aging such a uniquely human experience. Rather than measuring our lives by societal standards of youth, success, or productivity, aging gracefully invites us to look inward, to measure by our own sense of peace, contentment, and purpose. This phase of life allows for a shift in priorities. We begin to value depth over breadth, presence over pace, and substance over surface. Material possessions may lose their allure, while moments, memories, and meaning rise in importance. We begin to live more mindfully, less concerned with proving something and more concerned with simply being. The race slows down, and in that slowness, clarity emerges. One of the most beautiful aspects of aging is the increasing appreciation for the present moment. With the rush of youth behind us, we become more attuned to the now, to the feel of the breeze, the sound of a loved one's voice, the warmth of a morning sunbeam. This mindful presence brings peace and fulfillment that the frantic pace of earlier years often obscured. With age often comes the courage to be oneself fully. There is less fear of judgment, less need for approval. Older individuals often speak more honestly, act more freely, and live more authentically. This authenticity is one of the clearest markers of someone who is aging gracefully. They no longer need to wear masks or chase trends. They have come home to themselves. They understand their strengths, accept their limitations, and carry both with grace. The connection between body and mind becomes more evident with time. Taking care of the body becomes not just a matter of appearance but of honoring the vessel that has carried us through life. Gentle movement, nutritious food, regular checkups, and adequate rest become acts of self-respect. It is also important to listen to the body, to respect its signals, to rest when needed, and to adjust our activities in ways that support longevity and vitality. While physical aging is inevitable, how we perceive and respond to it is within our control. Many elders find that joy is not in resisting aging but in cooperating with it. They learn to adapt, using tools, technologies, or techniques that support independence without shame. Whether it's using glasses, a hearing aid, or a cane, there is strength in choosing to stay active and engage despite limitations. Mental stimulation continues to play a vital role. Learning doesn't stop with age. In fact, the capacity for deep learning often improves. It's not about the speed of learning anymore but the depth, exploring new interests, joining discussion groups, taking online courses, or simply reading thought-provoking books can keep the mind vibrant and agile. Relationships are a cornerstone of graceful aging. Friends may come and go, family members may change roles, and life circumstances may shift, but the need for connection remains constant. Maintaining a network of caring, supportive, and understanding people can help stave off loneliness, which is one of the most dangerous emotional states for seniors. True companionship, not based on roles or utility, but on mutual respect and shared joy, becomes essential. This is also a time to heal old wounds. Many elders find great peace in reaching out to mend broken relationships or in writing letters to those they have lost. Closure is not always possible, but efforts toward reconciliation can unburden the heart and free the spirit. Spirituality often deepens as we age. Regardless of religious affiliation, many people find themselves contemplating the deeper questions of existence, purpose, meaning, and legacy. This search can be deeply comforting. Prayer, meditation, time in nature, artistic expression, and service to others often take on greater significance. Faith in something larger than oneself can provide solace, especially in the face of loss, illness, or mortality. There's also a growing wisdom in knowing what to hold on to and what to let go of. Resentments, unrealistic expectations, toxic relationships, these lose their grip as we age. We begin to value peace over pride, understanding over control. Letting go becomes a superpower, allowing us to travel lighter, both mentally and emotionally. Self-compassion increases. Older adults who age gracefully are kinder to themselves. They forgive their younger selves for mistakes made in ignorance. They no longer expect perfection but embrace progress. They learn to laugh at their own flaws, to smile at old fears, and to appreciate how far they've come. This kindness to oneself radiates outward. Elders who treat themselves with care often extend that same care to others, becoming pillars of emotional safety and wisdom within their families and communities. Many people discover a new sense of purpose in their later years. Whether through volunteering, mentoring, writing memoirs, or caring for grandchildren, they find meaningful ways to contribute. Contribution does not require grandeur. Sometimes the most profound impact comes from listening patiently, offering a word of encouragement, or sharing a life story. Sharing one's journey, with its lessons and turning points, can become a gift to future generations. The fear of death often softens with age. While no one welcomes the end, those who have lived fully tend to meet the idea of death with less resistance. They have made peace with life's impermanence and often focus more on legacy than longevity. They ask themselves not how long they lived, but how well they loved, how deeply they impacted, and how truthfully they walked their path. Gratitude becomes a way of life. Those who age gracefully often express daily thanks for their health, their experiences, their loved ones. This habit of gratitude transforms the aging process. It colors the ordinary with beauty and turns what might seem like loss into a deeper appreciation for what remains. Creativity is another avenue that often flourishes in older age. Freed from external pressure, elders write poetry, paint pictures, grow gardens, and sing songs not for validation but for joy. Their creations often carry the richness of experience and the depth of emotion that only time can provide. Humor remains a great ally. Those who can laugh, even at the quirks and inconveniences of old age, display incredible resilience. They lighten the emotional load not only for themselves but for everyone around them. They bring joy into rooms, healing into conversations, and levity into even the most serious moments. Aging gracefully does not mean avoiding pain. It means holding it with gentleness. Loss is inevitable, of friends, of physical abilities, of former roles. But each loss carries within it the seed of something new, a new relationship, a new perspective, a new strength. With time, grief softens and transforms, often giving birth to compassion, wisdom, and presence. Elders often become bridges between generations. They are the carriers of culture, the keepers of tradition, and the voices of perspective. When societies value their elders, they root themselves in wisdom. When they marginalize them, they lose connection to their heritage. Aging gracefully also means recognizing our interdependence. No one ages alone, We are influenced and supported by others, just as we influence and support them. Asking for help is not weakness, it is a form of strength. It shows trust, vulnerability, and the courage to be seen. Technology, when embraced wisely, can enhance aging. It can connect us to distant loved ones, provide access to medical care, offer endless learning opportunities, and make everyday tasks more manageable. The willingness to stay curious and adaptable in this changing world is a hallmark of a graceful elder. Aging gracefully also involves protecting one's dignity. This includes setting boundaries, speaking up for oneself, and making choices that honor one's values and needs. Respect should never be age-dependent, it is a right that must be claimed and upheld. Advocacy for elder rights, accessibility, and visibility is part of the broader societal aspect of aging gracefully. As a community, we must build environments, physical, social, and emotional, that support aging with dignity. This includes everything from accessible architecture to inclusive policies, from positive media representation to intergenerational programs. The final years of life, though often fraught with difficulty, can also be among the most meaningful. They offer a chance for reflection, for storytelling, for giving back. There is time to say what was left unsaid, to create what was left undone, to love with less fear and more presence. There is beauty in the twilight, not the dazzling brightness of noon, but the soft glow that blankets everything in golden light. In the end, aging gracefully means living truthfully, loving deeply, and leaving gently. It is not about defying age but about dancing with it. It is a journey of becoming more ourselves with each passing year. We learn not just to survive but to thrive, to find joy not in youth but in depth, not in perfection but in wholeness. It is a lifelong practice, an art, a mindset, a celebration. Aging gracefully means becoming a living poem, each wrinkle a verse, each memory a rhyme, and each heartbeat a quiet rhythm of gratitude, presence, and peace.